Buhari, how Akonde, Oshoba, others lost in 2003. We've talked about this. You find the story on page 4. Above the masthead, Omicron, Sanwo Olu steps down peace walk. You find the story on page 2. Do you think that he shelved this peace walk because of Omicron or some other reasons?
There's Omicron in town, you know. Omicron to the rescue, though. Can rescue you. If you make, I mean, the peace walk was unpopular already. In spite of the best saying of the government that the governor has secured the support of a large base of young people and even civil society, 600 groups in the work with him, all that. Can be on paper. The reality is that the work was already unpopular because it has become controversial. And the people the governor mentioned, I mean, without consulting them, have all declined to take part in the work. So it was already riddled already. And then Omicron to the rescue. Yeah. Of course, I don't think the government would have gone ahead with the work with what we have, especially the day before he had also reeled out the new COVID restrictions for Lagos. So you can't possibly gather people on a peace walk, on a symbolic peace walk like that in this period. So a wise move to call it off and to save the day for him. So,
All right, moving on to The Guardian now. Wike asks federal government to show evidence of money borrowed from creditors. You find the story on page 29 of The Guardian. The major story here, save us from killers, bandits, Sultan, Khan, JNI tell Buhari. We have many riders
read
here.
Them. The riders are what interests me, Zainab. Read the rider.
Okay. Nigerians are being killed like chickens. Bandits murdered 80 people in a single night, Sokoto leaders write Buhari. Gunmen kill Katsina commissioner in residence. Bandits gunned down 15 worshippers inside mosque in Niger. Impose 10 million naira fine on Zamfara communities. Troops rescue 20 abducted policemen in Yobe. Amnesty, Buhari's orders to security agencies have changed nothing. Federal government, insecurity responsible for Nigeria's fall from preferred investment destination. You find the story on page 8 of The Guardian.
Let's start from the last one. The other information said investors know what they want. In spite of the insecurity, they will come and invest anyway. But that's the Minister for Trade and Investment, Adebayo, that said that part of why we are suffering for the lack of direct foreign investment is the security situation in parts of the country, most parts of the country. And I choose to believe this minister than that spokesman. We will come and invest in an area where 80 people are killed overnight. The elders of Sokoto under the Gobi Elders Association, they wrote a letter to President Buhari and told him Sokoto is gone. Sokoto is already gone the way it is. And it's not the first time. The Sultan told us before that was shouting Zamfara and Niger and Abuja and Kaduna that every day Sokoto, and the numbers are not 5 and 10, it's 50, 60 every day. The Sultan said so a few months ago, this is what the elders of Gobi are saying after the Sabo Brini incident on Monday, where these terrorists, without a motive, set a bus full of people on fire. They are already video footage of the burial. Very good. We can't describe them on radio. But they wrote that letter to Mr. President to tell him that in one night alone in Sokoto, 80 people. Yesterday, Governor Tambuwal and his deputy and the Speaker of the Sokoto Assembly, they visited Sabo Birnin. The Sabo Birnin is where these 42 were killed in the bus. It's a area I know very well. I spent 1 year in Sokoto in my youth service. So Sabo Birnin is the road I take to the local government where I serve from Sokoto. A beautiful road without people, small communities around. To murder 42 it's the reality. So yesterday, NIREC, the Nigerian Terror-Religious Council, held their fourth quarterly meeting. NIREC is made up of the Sultan is the co-chairman of NIREC. It has the JNI, the Jamil Nasrul Islamiyah in it, and then it has the Christian Association of Nigeria. The chairman of CAN, Professor Samson Ayokunle, is the co-chair of NIREC. And this was their discussion. Save us. Save Northern Nigeria especially. Northern Nigeria is grappling with a security crisis, wave of kidnappings, terrorists killing people without motive. I think the letter by the Sokoto elders aptly describes the situation. They are saying that our state is gone. Because everywhere you look in Sokoto State, every local government, this banditry, criminal terrorist gangs are just killing people with reckless abandon. In Zamfara, it's almost the same thing. On the daily, yes. The same single day passes without. Some of these are grossly underreported. I'm not sounding an alarm, but this is the reality. In Zamfara, the other day, some people even said that if If you go to church, we will come and kill you there. You know, this is this kind of security that ravages that area. The Sultan addressed that yesterday. He said, no, can't happen. You know, and the people should, the Christians in Zamfara should ignore that. But the Christians in Zamfara will not just ignore that, they need security.
Yes.
They need to be sure that this will not happen. Yesterday, in President's home state in Katsina, you know, in the capital itself, the commissioner for science and technology was killed in his home. You know, in the GRA area of Katsina, supposed to be safe. You know, killed in his home. You know, in what looked again like, you know, one of these, it doesn't look like an assassination. It's still one of these bad business of bandits, terrorists attacking, profiling, identifying, attacking people and killing them. You know, the entire argument, the entire discussion around insecurity in northern Nigeria ends on the president's table, really. And there's no way you can cut him some slack. The other day he called the national security meeting and gave a marching order the third time this year to his generals. But this keeps happening, you know, and the truth is that the military appears to be really overwhelmed. You know, they are in operations everywhere in this country, and their numbers are very limited. The lamentation of the armed forces. This is supposed to be police work, but we're doing it, and we don't even have the numbers, and it continues. You know, we don't see an immediate end to the security crisis in Nigeria. We don't, because tomorrow we'll report another one. If not, so in Niger State yesterday, in the mosque, 15 people were killed in the mosque in Niger State yesterday. So there's no way you look like
you will not hear of one.
A lot of them are reported, and a lot of them, so nobody wants to shout about them because the stories are too gory. They leave you with a psychological problem every time we talk about this thing. I just go back to my office and put my head down there and begin to wonder what kind of country we are in.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more, leave a comment, and like. Thank you.